Everybody, and welcome back to my guide to World of Tanks. Last episode I may have made it a bit too long. Yeah, I didn't even notice I was going on for an hour. So I will keep the next episodes short. From now on I'll try to aim for about 15 minutes. So if you haven't checked out my first episode, I go over the tutorial and the settings, at least the ones that I think are important to set right in the game. Now, before we're going to hop into our first battle in the Fiat 3000, we should be looking at a couple of things first. And first off, we're going to look at the crew. Now, as you can see, we have a commander that is also the gunner, the radio operator and the loader, and a driver. You can recruit extra crew. 50% is free, 75% is 20,000 credits, 100% is 200 gold. You can put 100% crews on all your tanks if you want, but it's gonna get expensive really fast. Now, if I've got everything correctly about this, tier 1 tanks always come with a 100% crew. And let's take a look at Sergeant Maggiore or Gianni Garabello, if I said that well enough. Okay, so we've got skills and perks. Repairs, the higher your repair skill, the faster you will repair damaged modules. They won't be completely repaired, they will stay damaged, but they will go from destroyed to damaged quicker. Concealment reduces visibility. Firefighting, the higher the skill is, the shorter the duration of fires will be. Brothers in Arms increases the entire skill level of the crew, and it will increase all the skills. But it only comes into effect when every crew member on the tank has Brothers in Arms trained to 100%. And then you have class specific. Sixth Sense will tell you when spotted. Eagle Eye will show you damage modules. I'm not going to go over these all. You'll have to do that yourself because, as you can see, with the gunner there are a couple as well. Like radio operator extends view range with situational awareness. Loader can increase ammo rack durability. These are just a couple of skills that I think are pretty important. Normally you get these on every different crew member, so everyone has these common ones, but the commander only has these, the gunner only has these, and eventually let's go to the driver. He got, as you can see, he has the common ones as well, and then he has driver specific skills and perks. Now the difference between a skill and a perk is that a skill works from 1%. Even if you only have it trained 1%, it will give a benefit. For example, repairs, even if you have it only trained 1%, it will make your repair speed about 1% faster. Now you also have perks. Perks only come into effect, as you can see, after it reaches 100%. So your crew needs to be 100%, but the perk needs to be 100% as well. So for now, this is a tier 1 vehicle. Let's grab concealment. Light tanks, tank destroyers and medium tanks on low tier, I would advise concealment. SPGs as well. Only heavy tanks I would advise repairs on low tiers. Higher tiers it changes up a bit, but I will go over that when we get to the higher tiers. And okay, now you can see that we have some ammo loaded. And we have consumables here. So let's talk about that for a minute. We've got three types of ammunition in this vehicle. We've got AP rounds, and we've got 237 loaded. We have APCR rounds. AP means armor piercing, APCR means armor piercing composite rigid. The penetration of APCR rounds is higher, as you can see. At 100 meters, AP is 29, APCR is 46. The damage is the same. HE rounds have a lower amount of penetration, but over every distance, so the penetration won't drop off with distance, as APCR, as you can see, and AP does. So this will always stay 18 millimeters, but it's just 18 millimeters, and the round explodes on contact. So if it does not penetrate, if you shoot at a target with, for example, 30 millimeters of armor, your 18 millimeters won't penetrate. It will do damage, but it won't do the average of, and then I have to check for a minute, it won't do the average of 36. And that is what these values mean. You can see them, no, they assume that you use AP for that. These are the damages that every type of ammunition does. So 30, 30, or 36 on average, if you penetrate. It can differ 25%. It can be 25% higher or 25% lower. As you can see here, it can either be 22 at minimum or 38 at maximum. Or 27 at minimum and 45 at maximum. There are guns that are specifically catered to HE rounds. They have, sometimes at least, they have AP rounds or heat rounds, but they won't be as effective. HE will always do more damage if you penetrate. But the good thing about HE is that you will always do damage. At least not always, but most of the times. Sometimes the armor does absorb all the HE damage, but normally you should be able to do a little bit of damage. So not talking about that, I'm gonna leave this as is, and let's see another tank. Let's pick a low tier one. This tank has a 47 millimeter gun. What that means is that my penetration on HE rounds is so low, and the damage, in my opinion, is not really worth it, that I elected to only load AP and APCR rounds. I have 10 APCR rounds just to help me in bad situations. This is a tier 4 vehicle. It will meet tier 6s. Sometimes you need that extra penetration. So in this example, for tier 1 you don't really need any other ammunition than just a standard one, in my opinion. So I'm gonna leave that as is. You can change it however which way you want. You can pick whatever you want. I'm just gonna leave it like this. Now, two important things. If you don't want your vehicle repaired immediately, you can just disable this box. You will need to pay after every battle. You can do the same thing here, but it won't resupply ammunition automatically. My advice, leave these on. Always leave these on. It will be a lot easier. I've seen people make the mistake of not checking this box, and after every battle the ammunition amount depletes, and then one battle they have 7 rounds, they fire the 7 rounds and no more ammo. And won't get resupplied immediately in the battle. If you run out in battle, you don't have ammunition. Can be a big problem. Now, consumables. You don't really need these at the low tiers. I always take them. first off, I have lots and lots of credits. What I would advise is always a small repair kit, small first aid kit, and manual fire extinguisher. They will cost you normally 3,000 credits a pop. These ones, these bigger ones, will cost you 20,000. Oh my god, my English is so bad at the moment. They will cost you 20,000 credits. You can do it. For example, I have 675. I should really start using these, but in my opinion, these three are in most cases the best to use. They have a cooldown of 90 seconds and can be used again. They used to be one use per battle only, so you really need to think about, what am I going to repair? Am I going to repair my tracks now, or am I going to wait and repair my engine? For example, if both were destroyed. So, if you repair tracks, you always repair both tracks. Otherwise, it's just one module. First aid kits remove stun damage. Stun damage is something we'll come back to later once we get up to a tier where it becomes relevant. It's something only SPGs can do. And manual fire extinguisher extinguishes your fire. Now always check this. I've made the mistake, and friends have made the mistake, of going into battle, using the equipment of the consumables, not having this checked, and then a battle later you figure out, oh wait, I don't have my consumables and I'm caught out in the open, my track's blown off, I can't repair it, and the enemy has just killed me. So resupply all your ammunition, repairs and consumables. Later on I will also go into this kind of stuff, because they all differ. There is more than just that. And then we have, if you want to enter this, you can also click here. It's the service tab, or you just click on one of these 6 buttons. We also have exterior, and you can add camouflage to your vehicle. It will increase the amount of camo rating your vehicle has, but I would wait with that until higher tiers, if I were you. You can also, before I go away, you can also put emblems on it or inscriptions. But again, they cost gold, and I don't think a lot of beginning players will have that much gold. Just save up your gold for more important stuff like retraining your crew. I will come back to that in a later video as well. Then we have these. This is equipment. Now equipment, it enhances your tank. It enhances it pretty well. But it shouldn't be necessary on this tier. If I would advise one thing on this tier, or well, two things actually. It's a binocular telescope and a camouflage net. The camouflage net is 100,000 credits, and the binocular telescope is 500,000 credits. I'm of the opinion that they should give every new player a binocular telescope at the end of a short mission, a like training mission or something like that. It increases your view range from, in this case, 280 meters to 350, so you will be much better at spotting your target. I'm gonna put these on because I have them. You can equip 3 different things and you can improve them, but that costs bonds and you don't get bonds that easily. And then we have stuff like this. Directives. They increase certain stuff, but only for one battle if I'm correct. Or you could buy these that increases skills. For example, if you don't have concealment trained, it will give you concealment to 100%. If you do have it trained, it will increase it by 10%. So I don't really use these, again, because they cost bonds, but they could be useful. So we went over crew skills, or well, the crew, and how you can get new crew. You can buy, or you can get them for free, for credits, or for gold. Do whatever you want. I would advise for the first couple of tiers at least the 75%. Don't go buying gold if you don't know if you want to go on with the game. We discussed equipment, ammunition types, consumables, and how to change the exterior. So in the next episode, we will go into a battle. And I'm going to show you how a battle looks with real players in a tier 1 tank. And what you should be looking out for. I'm going to link it in the video once it becomes available. I will also put a link in the video back to the first episode. I know it's long, but I hope that it's at least worth it. Now, I hope to see you in the next one, and I hope you learned something from this. So, take care and goodbye.